And I'm not sure exactly where we are, but it's over to Dougie Beattie. Dougie, are you there?
I am indeed, and welcome to a very salubrious doorstep indeed. Well, it's one that if we knock the door, the dogs might get set on us, I think, but I just have to outrun the cameraman. I don't have to be quick. But it is a beautiful Georgian house, as you can see, or is it? This is Castle Ward. It's in County Down. It is a fantastically well-run National Trust property, but it has a difference to it. Just look at the view down there. This is straight across down into Audley's Castle, and of course, the Bay of Strangford Loch, or Strong Fjord as it's called. And to tell us a little bit about it is one of the people who should know all about it is Niamh. Niamh looks after this place. Niamh, tell us a little bit about the history of Castle Ward.
Well, you're very welcome to Castle Ward here on this beautiful sunny morning. You're seeing the grand theatricals that was expected to bestow visitors when they visited Castle Ward. You would have come in, seen the beautiful classical Palladian front, which was very cutting edge, trendy architecture for the time. And then as you would have walked through the house, you would have seen this beautiful Gothic back to the house, which then opened up onto the loch. The Gothic with a K, which is this, was a new, quite whimsical design for the 18th century. Bernard and Anne, the builders of the house, decided that they wanted to pull lots of different ideas together, and it was all about bringing it back to the heritage, bringing it back to the ancientness of their family and their seat here at Castle Ward in County Down. And then as you came through the house and you looked out onto the loch, you got to see, where they first started out down at the Tower House at Castle Ward, right across to Audley's Castle, showing them, how firm they were here in County Down and how they weren't sort of just blow-ins, really.
The I suppose, theory goes that they had different opinions on the architecture. The husband wanted Georgian and the wife wanted Gothic, and they came to this. Is that true?
No, not really. I suppose there is that whole idea of compromise, but actually what we now know, after all our work that we did through lockdown, was that they spent 20 years part of the building of Castle Ward, which itself took 10 years and, in today's money, £8 million to build, that they were going around all these different castles, collecting different architectural features and styles that they wanted to bring together in this beautiful combination of, a brand new house, which was going to set them apart on the island of Ireland.
Well, I've been in that house, and there's lots of secret passages and boxing squirrels and lots of other things. What would be one of the best, I suppose, collections in there? What would be one of the nicest things to see?
Well, we have a fantastic example of Irish landscape paintings in there which depict Castle Ward after its building, which is quite fantastic. They're from Jonathan Fisher and from the Ashford paintings as well. So you can see how Castle Ward was expected to be seen. These paintings weren't meant for Castle Ward, they were meant for their beautiful house in Dublin City to show off and say, have you seen my fantastic landed estate that I have up in County Down? But they are really spectacular, and they're what we still use today to help us inform on the estate, what the estate should look like, where trees should be planted, where shrubbery should be. And so they're really quite still an important part of how the estate is run today, by looking at what was there and what was expected to be there, what was planned, because the house is just a central stage of this huge manicured landscape and theatre piece.
Visitor numbers here, National Trust, of course, did suffer over COVID. How has it been?
It's been a nice incline. I managed to stay here over lockdown, so I was one of the very few who got to have Castle Ward as a back garden for the lockdown period. But it's been slow, but the local people have been a huge help, and they've been really wanting to get back, helping us volunteer, helping us get the house open. So we've actually had a real good response locally and from the island itself. Lots of people coming from the south, which has been fantastic. Usually we would have had much more overseas, but this year we're slowly growing, getting back to it. So it's been calm, a calm rise.
Well, there you go. That puts a new meaning to working from home. As for me, I'd love to have worked from here with that view behind us. But with that, it's back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dougie. Northern Ireland looking absolutely lovely there this morning.